in Alaska, Ketchikan. Here's the big quack sitting right in front of me. Quack! And it's a beautiful day. Open the quack window here so you can see out without the rain. Yes, it is raining. Kind of a yucky day. There's our boat over there. Now it's into the glass.
It's not?
Look at that texture. Look at those beautiful whiskers.
You're going to break the camera, kiddo. Keep that thing away from me.
Oh my God, the lens just broke.
For many years here in Ketchikan, we had a bit of an embarrassment. We just didn't have very many salmon in our creek. Now what we realized was the Rainbow Falls right underneath us here was too strong for the salmon to swim past. They couldn't make it past the waterfall up to the spawning grounds, therefore they couldn't reproduce. Every year we would see maybe 200 salmon make it up to our spawning grounds every year. Now after we built the salmon ladder that you see there, we actually saw an increase up to about 2,000.
Local legend says you're able to walk from one side of the creek to the other side on the backs of the salmon. You don't even get your feet wet. But I was told men are the only ones who are willing to try that. I was told women don't step on scales.
You can't say, folks, you can't say we didn't warn you about these jokes. We told you they were coming.
Do it sideways. If I can see your face.
Now let me see a show of hands. Who's ever played up from here up to 5 miles away, but take the smell up to 10 miles away? So the little yelpers like Shih Tzus or Chihuahuas, that bothers us, doesn't it? Imagine what it does with a ferrosensitive ear. But you know, ladies and gentlemen, when we tried this relocation program for all the black bears, it didn't work. They all swam back. My mother-in-law was born in Oklahoma City. So my mother-in-law, my 2 brothers-in-law, my wife, and children.
Remember what happened to me? I was like on the deck and then my thingy fell off the deck.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the red light district here in Ketchikan. Now, at one time, we had a grand total of 24 houses of negotiable affection right here on the creek. Now, the most famous of these houses has to be Dolly's house. That is the green and red trimmed house right in front of us. Now, Dolly bought that house in 1919. She paid $800 for that house. Dolly was quite a lady. She was 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighed right in at about 200 pounds. Beautiful woman. Now, Dolly did not drink and she did not smoke. However, Dolly could out-curse most sailors.
Brown building back there at the Blue Roof. If you have time after our tour today, go down there and say hi to my good friend Christy at the halibut hole. Her halibut is locally caught and it's never been frozen. How many automobiles do you think we have in Ketchikan?
Gotta get it out of that state. Problem was I had it.
Try 2 per household. There's 151.8 miles of actual road in Ketchikan, and 1% of the population have planes. 3 years ago, there was quite a lot of planes here. That little bump you just felt?
All right, folks, we've got a duck coming out of the water here, and then we will be ready to go in ourselves. Now, I do need to ask a few things of you. Please remain seated as we go into the water. Till we get out floating, we're still a little unstable. And I do have to let you know this is the most dangerous part of the tour. So I need to get myself in the right frame of mind here. We don't want any tragedies on the water. And I've found over the years that it's actually helped if I get a little mood music going. So give me just a second, let me get myself in the right frame of mind for this.
Look at you, we're floating now.
Paul, you got tape on both of it soon. Honey, you trained him well. He does listen. Good job. Good job. No, you're more than welcome to, folks, if you want to stand up and get a better view, a better picture. This harbor we're in is called Bar Harbor. It's our largest one in town. It's the 4 we have. We actually have just as many boats in town as we do automobiles. Now, in order for Ketchikan to be called the salmon capital of the world, we have to catch, produce, and sell more salmon than anybody else in the world, right? Well, with 3 types of boats, now, how we have managed to become our salmon capital. Yeah. Actually, I have 2 port sailors coming up here on the port side. You can see aluminum one with black trim on it, and a little power skip, a yellow one. Ladies and gentlemen, and then the other one down there.
What is it?
A Jerry Lynn. And ladies and gentlemen, these boats here, you see their big power block they have above their deck? Well, that little power skip pulls all that gear off. How many feet in a fathom? See this white boat here, the two-tone blue trimming and marine? That's a hand troller. When you go to your supermarket, you buy that beautiful salmon fillet, or a whole salmon, do a show of hands who's eating clam chowder. Then you've most likely eaten a gooeyed up clam. Largest of our clam family. Now let me see a show of hands who's ever eaten in a sushi restaurant. You ever eaten uni? Our uni's actually been the best in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tongass Narrows.
No.
Tongass Narrows is 14 miles long, just shy of a mile wide.
Today we're going.
Okay, so you said REC?
Yeah,
You're just recording.
Your cruise ship, leave your
I get
one
to
of the 4
talk?
down there.
Sure you can.
That's
Go
a
ahead.
halfway point.
Okay.
You're going to use the other half when you leave
Talk.
this afternoon.
Yep.
What time you got to get back to the cruise ship today?
Well, today, now we are on the ocean. And we were on
Nobody's going to make my
land.
6 o'clock barbecue today.
And now
I got fresh salmon,
there's
made some deer stew.
a lot of things here.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Okay. Thank you for your
Okay, good.
talking.
You got to get through my kids.
Smells like fish.
Somebody
I want it ready for Freddy.
Okay.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Should we go down? There's a little downstairs.
I'm freezing. My hands are freezing. Mama, my hands are freezing. My hands are freezing.
Because there's pieces of ice. That's why. What's your pet name? You tired? What's your dog? Yeah, you need to calm down. You understand? You need to come here. And you only have minutes of time.
How much time?
Do you want to stay here because the bus is going to leave? And you want to get to the visitor center.
What's a video center?
Visitor center. You have to listen. That was not a good listening when Dad asked you to stop and take a picture. This is the only time we take. You understand?
Are we ever coming back?
Not anytime soon, so you have to listen when somebody tells you something. You see that waterfall over there? Look. You see that waterfall or no?
Where?
Over there.
Oh, yeah. Are we going to the visitor center?
We're going to try to go up, yeah.
How far up?
A few steps.
The visitor center. Down with my hand one way.
We're going to stop somewhere. Just go, whatever.
Stay here, Ariela. Okay, here we are. Beautiful over here. It's real cold. It's kind of drizzling too, and this is a piece of ice.
200 years.
This is what big glacier ice. It took 200 to 250 years to travel.
Mama, look at the big pieces of ice.
Wow. Look through that.
Is it cold, Ariel? Ariel, is it cold?
Are
Is
you
it cold?
kidding me? Yes.
Rachie, did you touch it?
Yes.
Let me see. Whoa, slippery.
Look,
Slippery
it's a
and
slide.
cold.
Whee! Boing in that water.
I think we're gonna go up to the visitor center. All the way up. Okay. It's another view. Real foggy here and cold, 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 cold.
No, it's raining outside. Those
Is
are
it raining?
big chunks of ice.
Okay, it's raining. Now we're climbing up the steps to the visitor center. And the view is spectacular. Here's the waterfall. Wow. And this thing moves actually. Let's see if we can zoom in.
Come on, chiquita.
Yeah.
Okay. Ariel, look at the camera. Come on, look at me. Look up. Here we are at the Mendenhall Glacier. Smile for me, honey. Come on. Little smile. That's better. It's a cold, rainy morning. And here we are. This is the glacier. And there's the visitor center back there. Okay, here we are. We're still at the glacier. The sun is starting to break in between the clouds, so you can see a little more now, which is nice. Okay, we're in Chapel by the lake. Look out the window, what a beautiful view.
Goes out and
Hey,
ready
here we are,
this time, it would be
Skyway,
most
Alaska.
appreciated.
Going on
Now, as you
train
climbed aboard the train today, you all should have found an All Aboard magazine left on each of your benches.
Ariel.
If you do need an additional copy,
Yeah.
there are more located in bins and
This is
either the
not
front
covered.
or the
This is
back of your
Ariel.
individual train card.
She's ready
As
for
you
a
flip through
choo-choo
this
ride.
magazine, you will
Say
find
hi.
information containing
Say hi,
Skagway,
Ariel.
the history of our railroad. You'll see a
What are you
few
doing?
souvenir items which will be
What
available
are you
for
doing?
purchase later on. Now if you turn to the very center, you are going to find a fold-out rail map. Now this is a scenic ride, and you're welcome to follow along with me as I point out each of the points of interest. We will be starting out at milepost 0, Skagway, Alaska, traveling to milepost 20.4, the White Pass Summit.
Ready for a choo-choo
Now
ride?
for those of you wondering which is the best side to be sitting on, I do have great news for you. Both sides are a responsible adult lie on the platform. And please be cautious of all limbs when walking between doorways. The heavy doors have been known to slam shut. We would appreciate it if you all returned home with the same limbs you started with today. Now one last note is that if you did bring your passports today, or if you didn't bring them, for that matter, do not worry, you will not be needing them. For once we reach the top of the summit, we'll simply just be turning around and heading back down to Skagway. We will not be stepping off this train at any time today until we make our way back down to Skagway.
It's our train.
Actually, we're going up.
Hold up the train. I want to go get a shirt.
You see it.
Oh, that'll be those two behind you.
Yeah.
It's an old town. Going up. Ooh, bumpy.
I can see, Mom, because I'm up, right?
Yes. Bumpy ride.
There's the depot over there. Imagine how a lot of people sit down.
I'm finishing up.
Train. Going up. Up and away. You're not if you're liking the view. Train.
Look at the old train.
Old train. What happened to this one?
You were
Oh, the wrecks.
driving it. Look at the tree.
Look at the moss.
Coaches, both modern and vintage, some dating to over 100 years old. Now each coach has been named after a lake or river in either Alaska or northwestern Canada. One of our oldest coaches is Lake Emerald, number 244, built in 1883. Now you will want to keep your eyes to the left, for shortly we will be passing a large red building. These are the White Pass shops, and here is where we maintain all 83 passenger coaches, 20 diesel electric engines, and 2 steam engines. Now sitting out on display in front of the red building, you will see steam engine number 69. This is White Pass's oldest operating steam engine. She was built in 1908 by the Baldwin Locomotive Works in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She's officially 100 years old this year and still goes out for rides on Saturdays and Sundays to our Fraser Meadow Loop.
Don't want to throw the back out. Just push it along, right? Luckily you got them though.
Yeah.
Then you get on the mirror. There is plenty of water up here for everybody, so feel free to grab some back.
Okay, I'm outside. I got out. Whoa, look what a breathtaking view. Beautiful. kayaking? That's for the kayaking?
Okay, we're up on top here, and these guys are taking the polar bear plunge. Look at that, there they go.
Hi, do they go? You know, I could have done that easily.
Should have.
Yes.
We're in Glacier Bay here. So the ice floating down the river.
It sure is.
Okay. Well, here we are now, standing on the deck, looking at the ocean, and all the ice floating down it. Oh, here's the picture of the day. Look at that hair standing up. Looks like someone plugged into the electric socket. Oh. Look at Lucia's hair.
That's all the free hairs. My hands are cold.
So is everybody else's.
Look at the ice coming over there flooding.
Where?
Look, is that a flooding mice or a flooding pearl? It's a piece of ice that became a part of glacier. And it's disintegrated, finally will become a piece of... Say something to the camera.
Something to the camera.
I found it from...
I think I need...
All right, our polar bears are getting their trophies now. These guys are absolute psychos. It's probably about 35 degrees up here.
Yeah, right. We'll jump in. We'll jump down. From the balcony. Hello. Yeah.
Mommy, I think it's time to go in for a swim. What do you think?
That's all right, jump in.
Come on, you like cold weather.
You.
Take a picture with me,
Ivan
and me. Take a picture with... Look, it's on both sides. Look at my... Oh, look at that little bird. Look at that creature. Oh, baby. Oh. Oh. The animal, don't feed them. If I have a piece of bread, I give it to him. Look, it's just hungry or he's sleeping.
If you're looking to the front of the ship, directly in front of the ship here, and if we kind of do a 180 in the front of the ship, we can see 2 or 3 glaciers. If you look at your map, you can see how that works as well. We've got Marjorie, the very obvious, evident, bluish, whitish colored glacier, but we also have glaciers that are the mist a little bit more than Marjorie.
What's a glacier?
I'm looking for Marjorie.
What do I do? I don't understand.
No, Bernardo,
go away.
Oh, today is Friday.
All right.
Payday today.
We have a revelation.
Friday?
Today is Friday.
I get paid.
She gets paid today.
She get late today.
Look what these two did. They found the poor guy walking with soup, and they asked him to get it for them, and he actually went downstairs and got it.
It's very good.
And Marina said, you available?
I was worried about you.
And we're trying to get Sophia hooked up with somebody or something.
What was his name?
I forgot.
This is a Marjorie glacier, and it's beautiful. It goes 100 feet under the water.
100 feet or 200 feet? So would you replace your memories?
Under the water, excuse me, I said under the water. And the ice chips off, falls in the water, and sometimes you can hear it and see it. It's beautiful. And my nose is running.
Is that what that was?
Either that or whale. See how spiky that is?
Is that your hair?
No, yours.
Where we are now.
We already found it one time.
I know,
Did you
but I
lose it?
want to find it again.
Go for it, Sophia. And I see the reflection. Oh, you see the reflection in the water, Veronica?
Look at the blue thing and the guy.
All right, we're getting close to the glacier. It's going to be another hour until we're right in front of it.
Will be 1 hour?
That's what the ranger said, didn't he? Were you listening?
We're going to sit in front of it for 1 hour. We'll park here.
They're going to park?
I think we parked. Oh no, we didn't park.
We already parked, or no?
No, we're still moving.
It's kind of cold out here. It's like, what is it, 30 degrees or so? I hear the seagulls.
You know, we see some of those.
Still looking for a whale.
To Antarctica.
Still looking for a
Over
whale.
there to Antarctica too.
Haven't seen the whale yet.
There's something flying though.
I see it. It's not something, it's somebody. I'm not going to tell you.
This is a national park.
Glacier Bay National Park. That's where we are now. And today's July the, what, 12th? I know it's Friday today, but what's the date? Who cares?
No, I don't mind because you're a nice lady.
Oh, thank you.
I think you are a nice lady. I don't know if you want to.
There's a duck floating down there.
So that.
See if I can zoom in on him.
You're okay, side. You're all right. Stay with you off.
That's not a duck.
Yeah, it is.
I'm zooming in.
Are we standing up? We're
Here's Richie. He's cool. And yellow. They don't know that I'm filming them because they're like clubhouse. So we took them out to look at the glaciers. And here they are. That's the teacher, Miss Rebecca and Miss Amy. Sorry.
Oh, I didn't. No, really. Listen, they're crying.
Look how good the zoom lens is. Look
They
through my
zoom
lens.
in. Yeah,
Look at them. Through here, here, through here.
Brian, thank you for keeping the thing on the camera. I couldn't even. Very nice of you. Piece of ice just broke off, but we missed it. Alright, we're gonna wait for another one.
Right.
Try not to drop the camera. Oh no, the ship is turning so we can see the other side of the Marjorie Glacier. There's lots of ice here. There's lots of frozen shrimp on top of the glacier. So when it goes down, all the birds come in to eat it. Here's Sophia. And other people. Lots of mountain goats up there too. We're turning, we're turning.
I'm singing in the rain, still singing in the rain.
Sing in the rain and don't take my picture like that.
Lucy looks beautiful. She's going to meet some dogs now. Ariel.
I'm the man. I am the man. Which Ryan?
We're going on our dog sleigh ride.
How's everybody doing? Good. Our Alaskan Huskies. Ooh, all right. Pretty cool name. That's about it. That's what these guys are, mutts. We felt bad for them. That's why they have such a tough name. Early 1900s, we were taking any type of dog that wanted to pull in a harness and we were breeding it together. whether it was Yorkies, Collies, Pointers, Greyhounds, Whippets, Poodles, Chihuahuas, it didn't matter. They were breeding them all together till we ended up with this 50-pound goofy dog here. If you're looking at them, thinking they're a little skinny to you, no, they're all mutts.
They are mutts.
They are mutts, yes.
Look at all these doggies.
They are mutts.
Yeah, you can see some of them are a little hybrid looking.
Yes.
Some of them.
Let's see. Look at that mutt over here.
Hi. Look at that.
It's a Russian mutt.
The Russian mama.
Ah, and here's...
The Russian mama. Ay, ay, ay.
Ah.
Mía. Ay. Can I touch the little guy?
I had a long drive from school. I wasn't told I had a long drive from school.
Ariella. Look at Ariel's new friend.
There's one, Ariel.
Oh,
Look at me, Ariel. Ariel, look at me.
oh, there's one for Rachie too.
Ariel, look at me.
Oh, look at these guys.
Ariel, look at me, Ariel.
Think you can do it?
Ariel, look at me.
Look at those.
They can get dirty.
Can I go to one?
Yes, ma'am.
Ay, ay, ay.
Oh, God.
Sophia.
Ay, ay, ay.
Rachie.
Madre mía.
Rachel, look at me. You want to see little baby?
Puppy, puppy,
Oh, yeah. You want to hold him? All right, here you go. Here you go. I'm not going to hurt you.
Richie, Richie, Richie.
Oh, this one's going down.
Maybe not. We'll go with that.
do they bite?
No, they don't bite. These guys are 21 days. They're 3 weeks old.
Look at me, Richie.
3 weeks.
Look at me. Look at me, Richie.
We'll get you a puppy. We'll get you a puppy.
Let's get home when it was.
You want to watch him?
You want me to take him?
Want to watch
Share?
this little guy?
You want to pass him to this guy?
Okay.
There you go. I got it.
Yours.
I've got it, puppy.
Don't drop it.
Just bag them up, send them out in our food drops. So when we're camping, we cook for these guys. We're going to take a bag or two of meat, we're going to put it in our cooler. We're going to add a Ziploc bag of minute rice, and then maybe some other voodoo magic, basically vitamins and minerals. Set that aside. Come over to our cooker. We're going to fill this first pot up with snow. This second tray down here, you guys know what yellow bottles of heat are? It's an alcohol line fuel, burns. Put 3 or 4 in there, light it up. Vents in the bottom. Our snow is now going to eventually melt and boil. Once it boils, we pour it into our cooler. The meat will dissolve a little bit. The minute rice will cook. You can add some kibble. Now these guys get a nice hot broth or soup. So now they're spending energy to recover as opposed to try to stay warm. More beneficial to the dog. Ourselves, we have to eat. And I'll tell you, to be honest, we get tired of Pop-Tarts. That's the only time that I've absolutely hated dog mushing, is when I get cold. But we have really good gear. We build in layers. You start with polypropylene or merino wool on John's top and bottom. Then you go to fleece, top and bottom. And then we go to our parka. This is made out of goose down. The rule is cotton kills. So you stay away from cotton. That's why we got goose down, fleece, polypropylene, merino wool. Once again, this is about the best thing we can get out there, this goose down, until it gets wet. Once it gets wet, the flavors clump up, they don't dry out right. We're basically left for dog food. At this point, we don't taste very good, we're just left. Used them a lot as a little boy. Mom got tired of buying new gloves every week, so she tied them together. These things don't have very much dexterity, as you can see. The best thing that these are used for is hanging onto our handlebar, keeping us warm, and when we're 500-600 miles into a trail, you get bored, you're talking to yourself, right? What about Frank and Susie Penguin? As long as I'm talking to Frank and Susie, I'm alright. It's when I'm answering back to myself that I'm crazy, right? It may look just as crazy, but it makes me feel better. Right? Hello. How are you doing today?
Are those down as well?
Goose down? No, this is basically padded, thin-insulate padded foam. My mitts are actually beaver mitts. A native friend of mine made them for me. Mine are actually so hot that at 30, 40 below, my hands roast. I mean, these guys are don't even worry about these guys. These guys. Stop and give them a break here really quick. Simmons, get up here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Super hot out here for these guys. These dogs are most comfortable in 10 to 20 below is where they're most comfortable.
You mean it's hot for them right now?
It's hot, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Even with the rain, it's
you have to let it rest for a little while.
Yeah, just a minute or two. Keep it positive for these guys.
Would they have the afternoon break, or they still working all afternoon?
What's that?
They're going to be working all afternoon?
Yeah.
What time would the job is stop? Hey, up, up.
well as there was 5 or 6 oaks that went out to lay these mushrooms out. So there's somewhat of a base. Our dogs can feel that. Even if there's 4 inches of pressure, they still feel that base. So they, Mark, let's let go.
Self-conducted tour.
So it doesn't matter that I see the dogs, they all run different?
A lot of these guys are learning. You talk about running sideways and all that.
Yeah. No, but one are hopping,
yes.
Some of them are trotting.
Exactly, trotting and.
So you want them all to be the same, or
I want them all. I want them all. A little bit of turbulence here, guys. Ready to climb that hill straight ahead there?
Oh my God!
Yeah, what do you think?
Oh. We better not. It'd be kind of hard. Nope, this is all melting snow from Resurrection Ridge behind us, actually. So nope, no fish.
No fish.
Unless they're dumb and get off course. Nice.
This is about 2 miles, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Poor doggies.
We try to keep it, what? Question?
You have a lot of coal?
Where?
Want to go get a picture?
Oh. I think we do have not it's not a big.
They run away?
No, I was
He's gonna break in, remember?
I do. I was just letting my brakes
Cool down.
Pump up here a little bit. I gotta keep pumping. So I've been actually holding these guys down to 5 to 7 miles an hour. Just letting them build muscle. Out there on the race, they 10 to 12 miles an hour. Check this out. Hi guys, up! Oh no!
Come on, Rachel, over here. Come on, get you down.
Good job, baby. Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Yes. Take this thing here. Okay.
Good job.
What a ride. Yeah, did you guys enjoy it? We almost bumped into a tree. Oh, no. They just stopped moving. Like a trick of the day, right?
Yeah, Braxton's pretty handy behind the wheel.
Yeah. I could drive in New York City. Taxi driver.
I want to go there.
Okay. Come on, be thirsty.
Look at that.
Look.
Look. Look at that dog, Reggie.
How did he get on top of the house?
How did he get on top of the house?
I don't know.
I don't know how did he get on top of the house.
Hey, Mario.
This is Mario, the black wolf.
This is close to this good. But this is
Wow.
serious black.
And this wolf,
this is wolf.
This is chicken it's human grade, food grade chicken. And he's turning up his nose. We do tests actually with beef that's for people to eat and chickens. And our animals in the last year or two are starting to turn their nose up at food.
That's
yeah,
wolf.
Old texts, you know, we used to be able to use beef for birds of prey. And old text said, you
This
know,
is real
go
wolf
to the
audio.
beef and get a beef heart, and it's good quality meat, and then supplement with birds and so forth.
Cool,
And no longer,
I
you
like
can't
that
feed beef to these wild animals.
It's not a dog.
Beef byproduct
Bring him
isn't
home.
good for them anymore.
Oh, I've worked with wolves since I was a little kid, and many of my friends that work with wolves, I noticed that their fingers aren't the right length. And their earlobes are, you know, and there's things gone. Wolves are still a wild animal, of course, and but if you dance around their wild nature just right, you have a marvelous ambassador. And I've been doing that all my life, and we're humbled every day working with these wild animals that essentially are allowing us, opening a door to see into a different world that few of us ever see anymore.
That's true.
Now,
Beautiful.
pardon?
This wolf is 2 years old.
No, that's Mario. This is serious.
No, I'm Mario.
He's 45. I'm 45 there in years.
There you go, Sophia.
But wolves in the wild, they'll
Wipe
live
it off
about
my
7
shirt.
years. In the wild, yeah, usually. But in captivity,
Look, he's looking
they
at
can
you.
live
He
much
likes
longer,
you.
15 to 20 years.
Yeah, you know, it kind of amazing. You know, animals.
He
in the
wants
wild,
food.
of
Look,
course,
look at
they have
him,
to
look.
Live by their
He's eating.
ability to hunt, and their teeth are the key. If they've got good teeth, then they can live. If they don't have good teeth, they die.
Yeah, and about 7, 8 years, if they can live that long in the wild, they start making mistakes, crack their teeth. Other wolves notice. They'll kill and eat that wolf if they have a chance. But anyway, in Alaska, the wolves are doing very well. Governor Sarah Palin, she's pulled on both sides. The wildlife biologists, some of them saying, shoot the wolves, shoot the wolves. Then you get defenders of wildlife saying, no, leave everything alone, everything's fine. What do the Native Americans say?
Well, you know, it's kind of funny. Anytime an animal comes in conflict with humans, of course, wolves eat cattle if they get a chance. Of course, they're very slow and not very smart.
Look, see, she's playing with
we always run into conflict with them. But the natives lived with wolves for a long time, and their perception of it is very different. Actually, they believe the Great Spirit gave them the wolf to keep the herds of caribou and moose healthy.
And that's
and in fact, that's absolutely true. And they're finding out in Yellowstone, since the reintroduction of the wolf there, now that the entire ecology, even down to the plants,
A little
that grow
handkerchief.
in the woods,
He likes to
is
pull. See, now he
changing
can
because
get
of
it
the
out.
presence of the
He
wolf.
got it.
It's
He got it.
completely, and it's bringing the entire ecosystem back into balance.
I want to mention about the chain. I'm sure people are saying, well, that's kind of barbaric.
Yeah, kind of barbaric. I know a lot of people think to use a chain for a leash, but actually this wolf, anything else, the wolf would just turn around and cut it right in two. No leash that you would use for a dog will hold a wolf. And they right away they test anything that's around their neck and bite the chain.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Mario, for bringing out Sirius Black. I once brought a wolf on the Today Show with Katie Couric. Didn't use a chain. I used a nylon rope. They say that dogs are 10 times less smart than the wolf.
Wow.
And, well, this wolf
He's going
was
back home.
intelligent and perceptive. They started to cut that nylon rope right on the air with Katie. I pulled a round steak out of my pocket and set it on Katie's shoulder. The wolf jumped up on Katie, grabbed the steak, and started to chew it. She finished her sentence very calmly. We cut to commercial. Oh, what a morning. We're going to continue on. In the den, she comes back.
It's a wolf den.
Puppies, this is instinctive. With their little black noses, they start pushing on the corners of mommy's mouth. All of a sudden, she
take an extra taste.
pukes out a big
Can you get
pile
one?
of pre-digested
Get
food
one.
in the puppy's
Sandy.
meat. It's very intimate and fascinating behavior, but that footage never makes PBS. I get it on the air. Anyway, we'll dogs, pups, their first year of life in the wild, and even moose calves in Alaska, 80% mortality their first year of life. Tremendous death. For the first year of life. It's animals live by tooth and claw in the wild. It's a very hard way to survive. But if they have habitat, we'll continue on up the trail here. Habitat is enabled insurance and survival for many species. I'm sure many of you have read stories.
We're going to see all the animals.
about the, well, like the mountain gorillas in Rwanda and Uganda. I mean, how they're dying out. There's only about 700 left. And the panda, the giant panda, you know, they don't have any habitat anymore. We'll slow down a little bit here. Have you been here before? Okay. You had a good breakfast. Anyway, it's all about, you know, these animals, they have to have a place to live. And you might say, oh, I don't care if the wolf survives or the wolverine or the lynx. What difference does it make? Well, they're the canaries in the coal mine. Many of you have heard this all before. If these animals, you know, disappear, what are we looking forward to? As these days you pick up a National Geographic or a newspaper and you read about everything's hanging by a thread, seemingly, but there's so much good news too. And in this country, vast stretches of unbroken wilderness still remain, very, very much a living Eden. We're going to continue up here. I see Mario has arrived. I think I was stalling for a moment. I was.
Going up the hill.
Yes.
Veronica, I think you should change the tape. With the yellow tape flashing. Huh? When it's over? When it's over?
Let's see how long is left.
I don't know. 3 minutes.
3 minutes off here.
He's raring to go. He's raring to go.
Look at him.
And so he's baiting. This is called baiting. There's a whole language around falconry. Everything the hawk wears, all of these things are very, very old. This perch, this style of perch comes from Persia, and it's been in use for at least 4,000 years that we know about. Now, I'm gonna. Yeah, everyone could, if we could just make a line on that side of the road real quickly, and I'll let the hawk go, and I'll demonstrate a little bit how falconry works. Now, this is a red-tailed hawk, one of the most common birds of prey in North America, and he's only 11 weeks old.
Really?
Yeah, and he's just now learning how to hunt and fly and do all the things he's supposed to. And so I'm going to turn him loose here.
Look, he's going to let him go. Go. Get ready, set.
He don't want to go nowhere. He doesn't want to go.
Yeah.
Now, you want to back up this way, just like this. We want to make a line here on the road, kind of leave the roadway clear as though a car was going to go down it. Now, I always tell people I'm the hawk's dog, and the hawk is trained to follow me. And I actually flush game. So you're out walking through the woods, and if I flush a grouse or a rabbit or a squirrel, he'll give chase and he'll catch it maybe. Sometimes he misses. But in medieval times, of course, knights and different people, they could
they're here.
They could be out afield, and even if they were doing battle, they could have their hawk with them. They'd turn the hawk loose while they were in battle, and then retrieve it back in a short time. Let me walk. We'll just stay right here. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
What?
You only have an hour worth of tape. You don't use it every second.
Pop back.
Oh, there he comes. Oh, what's that? Oh.
Got it.
Yep, there we go. Now, he's learning that he's got to come in very fast.
He's eating.
This represents its game, and they stab it to death. And then what they do normally is they'll eat the head off of whatever it is that they've caught first. And now he's taking the garnish that I have on the lure.
The wings out like this mean what?
Well, they're mantling.
Mantling.
And what that is they don't want any other hawk or eagle or anything to see what they have. Exactly.
Oh, they're covering.
He believes that if he continues to tear at that meat, or at that bag, that lure, that he'll find more meat. So it actually represents a rabbit or a grouse. But what you do is you make a trade with the hawk for what he has for something else. For something he can... There you go.
Oh, good trade.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And now we have the grouse or rabbit in the bag here.
Mario, we do have to move on. We'd like to invite you into our theater here for a couple of moments to see a short clip which helps explain why we continue living like the Addams family. Join us in the theater. Eat this in the wild. Diet is very important for wildlife and ourselves too. That's why we do these cancer films. But anyway, besides that, you can still have animals, feed them the best food, but they still die of a broken heart. So you have to nourish them mentally as well. and then it goes the other way. And these animals actually will double and triple their lifespan in captivity. It's a very interesting thing about what goes on in the mind. In this wild kitchen, it stinks. I'm sure you can smell it right now. But bears, wild bears, can come right up Mosquito Lake Road, and they do every night, walking along this road almost every night this time of the year. So they come right up the driveway. What are we going to do? Well, regularly we put this electric line across the road before I go to sleep at night. A 1,200-pound grizzly walking up here. They walk forward, you know. They don't put their paw out first. Their nose comes out. They touch this, and in general terms, the bear will not return. The amazing power of an electric line. It works so well that we use it as a training technique here that we'll explain later. But still, if you had no electricity, come this way a little bit. We don't want to scare you off. The old trapper's trick, pounding nails backwards through the door. Now, many people don't want their door looking like this, but it does work. Before we had the electric line, a bear did come along, tried to get in here, bit a little bit of the corner here. This is true. This is not made up baloney here, I'm telling you. The bear left. That's all the further he got. Oh, Mario is around the corner again. He's hiding but he has a symbol of the wild north.
Snowy owl. And
Beautiful.
she's actually kind of not as white as she normally would be. She's starting to molt. And birds grow new feathers every year, and she's starting to drop them. 350 pounds of pressure per square inch in her grip. This is the largest owl in North America, and actually she is twice as big as the hawk you just saw. By volume, she outweighs that hawk, and hawks absolutely hate owls. If that hawk was to see this owl, he would attack it relentlessly because they know instinctively that an owl will eat them. At night, when the owl is active, it will come along and find the hawk in its roost and kill it. Now, she thinks I'm her mate, and she regards all other humans as owls that are encroaching on our relationship. So I have to go.
It stinks here, too. It smells. And in this little area here, there's going to be, there is one right now. But before we start talking, watch your fingers, children, watch your fingers.
Don't put your fingers in
Do we have anybody in the cabin? Is anybody coming out of the cabin? I don't, no, there's no, there he is. That is little Mario. Mario's son and little Mario that were born here this spring. These are cross foxes.
Little Mario.
And they're very much imprinted already. And the little Mario, is doing this work. And it's so important because if you imprint on the animal and you have a relationship, then you don't need wire. You don't need any of all of that because you have this relationship and you can take them out into the wild and they come back. Well, let's demonstrate. Over here with this adult. Let me just try. And this little door.
Yeah, hold on to his head there.
Both of you can go over there and then with the little puppy.
Okay, walk that way, Mario.
And I have,
there we go. Yeah, she wants a picture.
Animals like this. That little bark is what I've used all my life, more or less, to get foxes to come back. And how am I going Mario, I can't get away.
Well, I'll come by the door and hold her while you go.
This is, okay, let me see here.
Wow. He follows him, see? He follows him. Oh. Go. Go get it. Wow, look at him.
Maybe you can get a natural picture.
Get out.
Now the cross fox, half silver, half red, very common in Alaska, all the way up to the Arctic coast.
Oh, look.
And because
He's
of
pretty.
global warming now, it's a little bit sad.
See how pretty
The
that is?
relative of the
Do you like him?
the Arctic.
There's 4 color variations of the red fox, but not all over the world. They're found in temperate zones all over the world, except only here in Alaska and this part of Canada will you find the silver and the black and this cross fox variation of the red fox. But you always know it's a red fox. Vulpus vulpus is the scientific name because of that white tip tail. So if you see a pure black fox and it's got a white tip tail, it's still a red fox.
Still a red fox. We do have much more to see. And her little brother were caught in the crossfire, and the little brother didn't make it in the wild, disappeared. But Kitty was rescued. What a traumatic start. So we're working with Kitty now very intensively. Now remember what I said about the electric fence. Well, Kitty has been trained to the electric fence now as well. And
Where's
so
Kitty?
now we have not a zoo bear, we have an actress. We have an ambassador.
There's Kitty in the back. What kind of animal is he?
This animal is more legend than it is real. It floats on clouds and falls like rain.
Know about ours, do you? We never.
Okay, what else?
A delightful little biological jewel to a large group. And without getting my dirty fingernails, we have a film set.
Right around the corner here. To get those kinds of shots. You can't do that in the wild. If you were to dig down underground to find their burrow, you'd destroy it. There's no way you could do that without killing them.
Makes sense.
Oh dear, we have to not get quite so close. Yes, a lemming. And this is, as we know, the only colony of collared lemmings in the world in captivity.
Right.
And they're being studied intensively.
Yeah, this
little sentinel can tell us how healthy the Arctic environment is by its numbers, right?
Right, when they're dying out. Unfortunately, there's all kinds of phenomenon going on in the Arctic. The world's poison is collecting there in the way of air pollution and so forth. And far-flung area, you're 1,000 miles from anywhere, but yet when the snow falls, it's full of PCBs and mercury and all kinds of poisons that are affecting the health of the tundra.
Now we've found that 75 seconds is, excuse me here, is about the length of time that the attention span of the public on a small rodent, so we'll move on.
Now, there's all this legendary story about them running to the sea and jumping off and killing themselves, and that's all false. They don't do that at all.
Oh yeah, did you see?
I get to touch him.
Good. Watch your step. Give me a hand.
Follow me around 3 ounces.
See?
She weighs one of the most ferocious animals on the planet. Yes.
There's one in there.
No, this 3-ounce little animal can kill a 5-pound rabbit. They jump on it and grab a hold of its neck and ride it until it dies. It may take days, actually.
Graphic
Very
commentary.
graphic, yes.
We don't want to. Now we want to back up from the glass a little bit, please, because this little creature, you'll see him. The weasel. It's a short-tailed weasel, the female. Very rarely do we have anyone in the group that can identify it so readily. So congratulations.
Yeah, this little animal eats its own weight in meat every single day. One of the most voracious appetites of any predator. And in fact, if they weighed about 20 pounds, I'm pretty certain they would hunt humans. Now, but
for or against trapping. This is part of Alaska history, so come around in a half circle here, kind of back up a little bit so everybody can see. It's part of Alaska history, so we just have to bring it up a bit. This leg hold trap would be used to catch the weasel, or some other small fur bear, or, and this is still legal, still used. And then you have the conibear trap, which is supposedly more humane. They put the bait right here on the wire. The animal goes in and tries to get it. Pushes this. These bars come down around the neck, and that's the end of that. So that's still legal, still used. This is not.
Wow.
Oh boy. Illegal now. This style. Look at the big teeth.
Yeah.
Illegal all over the world except the state of Maine. In Maine, you can still use this trap. How did it work? Well, oftentimes they'd use these C-clamps to squeeze down the springs so they could set it. But you know, a lot of these trappers, they had a little nibble of the John Barleycorn before they went out to trap, and they get caught in a trap. So, they had to have a law. You had to have a wrench or a tool or something within 6 to 10 feet whenever you set a bear trap. And, since I'll just kill a little time here, I'm going to set it just to be a little bit careful. Just being I'm committed now. Just being a little bit careful. We're going to need a volunteer.
Oh no. Oh, victim.
A victim? Who said that? Would you come forward, please? You didn't obey the law. Could you reach?
That would catch the feet?
The trapper?
No, or the bear.
The bear, yeah, by the foot. By the foot.
Actually, more like the toes.
Can you imagine how the bear would feel after that? But if you were caught, the trapper was caught, what are you going to do? If you had obeyed the law, you could reach for this tool if you didn't panic and pull it to yourself. And if you could think, by golly, it gave you a second chance at life because there's 2 nuts on the back, and if you could undo the nuts, the trap falls apart into several pieces, and you're able to crawl away and live another day. Part of Alaska history was the bear trap.
Wow.
Now, skull is hard as a rock. Cracked the skull, bear died. So, how would you protect yourself? Would you use the pepper spray or the horn? Which?
Horn.
The horn.
You know, I used this pepper spray. This is an empty can. I was picking blueberries. Had my pail almost all full. Nearby here. Here come a black bear at me. Coming out of the bushes at me, chomping its jaws. And I got something to protect me. I pulled this out, pulled the little plug out, and sprayed. There was quite a bit of kick to this can. Out came a cloud of red spray at the bear, but the wind blew it all back in my face. I couldn't breathe. It incapacitates you. You can't breathe. That's its effect. The bear ran off. No more of this. $59 for that bah. Fish and Game said, no, try the horn. $7 for a horn. This will, in general terms, shatter the confidence of a moose or a bear or a burglar if you live in a big city. Highly recommend the horn. What stinks right here? It's him. Not him. Him.
And actually, you better stand back about, I think 10 feet.
Real stinky.
He could shoot his quills like arrows or something. No, they can't. They cannot shoot their quills in any way, shape, or form. They're covered with them. They've got about 60,000 quills, and I don't know if he's interested in anything I have to offer.
Richie, look.
Why can't he shoot his quills that way?
Because they're hair. Actually, what the quill is it's nothing more than modified hair. And here's one right here. And if you look at it under a microscope, just keep track of him. He's not going to go anywhere. If you look at it under a microscope, it almost looks like shake shingles facing down off the tip. And once it goes into a predator who's attacked the porcupine, these quills, with every movement the animal makes and every attempt to take it out, it goes deeper and deeper and deeper until it disappears. And actually, wolves and bears and all the big predators have been found with these in their heart, lungs. They'll find a vital organ and kill the animal that attacks the porcupine. Now, he's only interested in one thing right now. You see what he's doing there? He's marking his territory. Yeah, he's putting scent on that log.
Well, because breeding season is around the corner. I once filmed a porcupine's mating. Very interesting. The male stands up on his hind legs in this little, well, this is a family presentation. Forget that. I got a quill in my wrist while I was filming this whole affair. And, on the contrary, it came out of my shoulder.
Give me a chance. No or yes?
Oh my. Last one.
Traveled painlessly through my arm all that way. And
you're supposed to take a bath more often than once every 6 months.
You're not going to do what I think you're going to do.
I think so. I think so. Problem is I don't have anything he wants to eat, so that makes it hard. But let's see if we can encourage him.
My insurance is never clear about this. Oh well.
I think everybody should have an opportunity to pet the porcupine.
Pet a porcupine.
If you want to pet him,
ready?
Avoid his face if you can, and just on the back here, you want to go with the grain, not against the grain, or you'll get the point.
Are you ready, Ariel?
No.
Yeah, like a hairbrush.
Okay, just this way. Watch.
Nice and easy.
Oh. Yeah, it's Pokey. Yeah, that's his name. That's his porcupine's name. This is Pokey. Pokey. Okay. Anybody else want to pet him? You can hold it hard.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, God.
Well, not his head there. Wait, he's got razor sharp teeth. Does anybody know what family they belong to? Do you have any idea what family of animal they are? This is a rodent. Just like a rat, same family, but this one lives in trees and eats trees. And they've got teeth that grow throughout their life, rodenta.
Did you know did you ever see the armadillo? Armadillo?
Yes, see.
They
roll up, right. This one doesn't. He uses his tail as a club. Okay.
There's only one.
He can't run. Watch, we're going to put him on the ground and let him. There you go.
Oh, he's baby. He get like a little ball.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
There we go. He has a real. Watch
The other
out,
way, the other way.
Not the other.
That way.
Uh-oh, did you see him? He tasted
He likes
her.
the Snickers.
He tasted her shoe. Okay, we got it.
You gotta go.
Oh, we gotta go. Come on.
Gotta go. See his little buddy.
Come on,
Take a picture of it's shoot time.
Together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come down.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, I gotta go put him away. We're gonna miss out on the other things.
For a live Wolverine as opposed to a few $100s for a pelt. Everybody got in on the act at that time. So Bush put a Freddie gave me this now. This is all illegal. He cobbled together a couple of fuel barrels. He found a road sign, used that as a sliding door. But the sad thing is that when they did catch these Wolverines and they went to zoos in North America, well, I mean, the good news was that they were able to study them. study the wolverine intensively, learn about them where otherwise they couldn't. But now that this is illegal, this is all gone. There's just a few left in captivity in North America, and we'll continue on up the trail. This is amazing. That little female weasel you saw earlier had little ones this spring, May 3rd. And this is a baby weasel that's really almost full grown skeletal-wise.
Yeah. Almost full grown. One of the most ferocious animals on the planet. Doesn't it look like it? Now, really cute little guy. But you know, this one right now eats 5 mice a night. And actually, so he's eating his own weight in meat and this is the body style of the weasel. Now, all weasels have this incredibly long body style. And this is the namesake for an entire family of animals. The weasel family. And the scientific name is Mustelidae. All weasels can let out a very stinky scent. And in fact, the most famous member of the weasel family is what?
Skunk.
The skunk, exactly. The skunk is the most famous member of the weasel family because of its stink. But wolverines are also weasels. So there are many, many types of weasels, and you're going to see a number of them today.
What's his name?
Louis.
Louis.
So there's 3 of them in there?
No, I just have. Okay. He's just out for the show. That's the rest of them.
How many did I have? The mommy? How many?
She had 6.
6.
Yeah, 6 little teeny
Little tiny things. They have with the eyes closed and everything. I look at this. He gets inside the pipe.
That's why it's a test.
He goes inside the pipe?
Yeah.
What pipe?
Oh, actually, he comes back in the box.
Oh! There he is. He's in the
Now,
box.
this is a tree weasel, for lack of a better name. It's a member of the weasel family, lives in trees, and this one eats squirrels and birds, and so it's very, very fast. And they have a taste for sweets, and so I think Garrett has a banana there for him.
Oh.
But they're very possessive, just like that hawk. They get a hold of something and then they say, "Don't take it away from me." But he'll eat it there on Garrett's shoulder.
Just like toddlers.
Yeah, just like toddlers.
And Garrett raised it in this area. Her name was Franny. We watched always, and fed it. It was doing great. But you remember what I said about 80% of mooses die in the wild every year? The first year, 80% of the calves die. Well, what do they die from? They die from wolves, bears, bad weather. Well, Franny was doing very well here. But then this spring, you can see in the mud there, bear tracks. A bear got in there. But it was too late for the bear. We moved Franny prior, before hibernation.
Why not?
The only bottleneck we have is this gate.
Come, a little baby.
But it keeps the bears from figuring out what's going on in this place. They may get through one fence, but they won't get through 3 or 4 or 5.
It's like a trick.
Yeah, it is. It's like a...
Oh, this is the moose named Blueberry. Wow. This is a real moose. I can't believe this.
It looks like
Here we go. Get a little closer before the moose jumps out of it.
Give him something to eat.
Here, go ahead.
Go give him
Get a little
something
close.
to
There you go.
This is a baby.
Yeah, this is a baby.
This is a little baby moose, only a year old. Now, this wire right here, this second horizontal wire represents the average shoulder height of a bull moose.
Anybody else?
So that gives you an idea how much of a baby this one is. And this is a cow, so she's not going to get quite that big.
Okay.
Now, moose were trained to ride for centuries.
You want to try?
They were used as a beast of burden. People rode
We
them
have
up
handy
until
wipes.
the time of Ivan the Terrible.
Okay.
You could find moose riders all over northern Europe and also in Russia. And until Ivan actually outlawed moose riding.
Okay, let's back up. Let someone else come in.
Because he was in the business of conquering all of the indigenous people of Russia.
Okay.
And,
Not really, no.
Riding moose, and so he outlawed it.
We have handy wipes just around the corner so you can wipe your hands off of the slobber.
Saddled just like a horse. Rode them. They also used them to pull carts. And so
Show them where the handy wipes are. Down here. Down here.
I'm going to need one myself.
Yeah. Okay. And
yeah, right down.
you want to try to feed?
You want to give him a
If
banana?
not, then we want to back up. Let someone else try. That's it. Now this is the state mammal right here, the moose. And there's another one sitting over there right now, Blueberry, and she's just resting. Oh, she loves that banana. She's nursing it, actually.
Oh, yeah, it's just really gentle.
This is the moose. We just gave him bananas. Okay,
And
it's
they tell
very
a story
lovely.
about a mushroom
This is the baby
that
moose.
grows in the Siberian
This is
tundra.
the baby moose.
And
He's
this
thirsty.
mushroom is one that the reindeer love. Anytime they find this mushroom,
Moosey.
they actually gorge themselves
Moosey.
on it. Well, this particular mushroom is related to the Amanita muscara, and it's a mildly hallucinogenic mushroom. And the reindeer, they get loopy on it. Well, the Chukchi, their shamans, their religious leaders, also eat this mushroom at certain ceremonies. The new pasture. And this is depicted on cave wall paintings and also in antler carvings that date back tens of thousands of years. And the little caveat to this story is the mushroom is red and white, and the cloak that the shaman wears is red and white. And if you see a picture of him, even today, they wear little boots that curl up at the toe, and they have a little pointed hat. And you can hear them say, ho, ho, ho.
Look at this. Oh.
That reindeer slimed me.
The salmon here, for example, are very low levels of mercury. We're going to continue on right here to...
So now we got, everybody knows, this is a water weasel.
Water weasel,
yeah. One that lives right on the edge of the water. A true water weasel would be an otter. They live right on the edge.
We're going to continue on now, much more to see.
Mommy.
And I've had wolverines in my life for over 20 years. This is a female. Now
her name is Jenny. Now when I go close to Jenny, I have to change my voice to high pitch. Now don't go any closer, please, because...
So she's, 10 years old.
Now in the wild, a wolverine will only live about 7 or 8 years.
But in captivity, they can live 20 to 25 years. Now this female, this wolverine, she is not mine. And I'm going to back up a little bit so I can get life in captivity. And I want to show you some pictures of wolverine babies right down here. Fertilized eggs, though, do not attach to the uterine wall until next Christmas, if every condition is right. Now sometimes they will breed. 10 years old, she had a litter here. Another litter born, the 5th litter of wolverines. 2 babies, 2 little males. We named them Banff and Jasper, and you're about to meet one of them right now. Join us, keep them up here, you know, during our programs. But in a beautiful way, the moose strip off the bark. That's what they do in the wild, to off willow branches. And we stack up the branches right there, and then they dry out. We cut the branches up in the fall, and now I have my firewood for winter. So it's recycled moose branches. Anyway, but because of the birth of these 2 wolverines,
Mommy,
Nature, have you ever heard of PBS's series Nature?
Yes.
Yeah.
They decided to do a show, a documentary about wolverines because of this birth. And here is where in June, they were here in June, the film crew, they were filming right here. And I'm going to try now to bring out one of them in a moment. And Mario can kind of explain a little background.
Yeah, well, you know, of the animals of this planet, we only know how to breed in captivity a very, very few. The technology for duplicating the conditions that are correct for animals to multiply in captivity are very difficult to achieve. And wolverines are one that is extremely difficult, about on a par with pandas. So very, very tough. And so this is, I can't emphasize how big a deal it is to have a baby wolverine that we can show you, like, to get something to eat.
Okay, this is Jasper, and Jasper and Banff, and now I'm going to show you, they all have it. You want to stay back a little bit. No 2 wolverines will have the same chest pattern. They're all different, and it's like your fingerprint. One of the easiest animals to have a relationship with, to have a bond, is the wolverine. And they're usually born in late February, early March, and they can live, like I said, for a couple of decades. Now I'm going to let him go on this snag, and hopefully he'll stay there longer than that pine marten did for Garrett. I'll let him go right here, and you can see. Hopefully, there we go. Let's go down. Here, right here. Now, Mario, what about in captivity, or the ones that were collared, radio collared in the wild? How far can they travel?
You know, this is the thing about wolverines. They are unbelievable. They do supernatural things, and that is why they have such a reputation.
Very curious.
A wolverine can run for days and days and days and days without sleeping or stopping, and they can actually catch up to a caribou herd that is hundreds of miles ahead of them and get a hold of one and kill it. One was recently radio collared in Denali. And the afternoon after it was drugged and the collar was put on, it climbed over Denali Peak, 18,000-foot mountain, went right over the top. The next day, At 12 noon, when it was trapped the following day, it was 75 miles from where it was caught. They can do unbelievable things. They are strong beyond belief. In fact, they have the most powerful bite of any animal in North America.
Yeah, and also, you're likely never to see a tame wolverine again in your life. This is a very rare event, and I'm going to do a training exercise right in front of you. Now, with a bear, you want to train them to a hotline so you can do film work. With a wolverine, you want to try to teach them to go on a harness. And I'm going to try to
put on a sock when your foot's wet?
I'm going to try this right now.
Yeah. No, it's Steve's test, actually.
Yeah, it's a test. Is this the 16th time I've done this? We'll try.
I've lost
Oh, look.
Now, you can already see the amount of trust that this wolverine has to allow this right in front of you without any rehearsal or anything.
Yeah, given that this wolverine has 2,400 pounds of pressure per square inch in its bite, he could take off your hand easily, very easily.
And this one is about 1/4 grown, well, maybe a third grown now. And now, if you'll back up a little bit there, I'm gonna show you. He'll probably follow me here. Now, if you can train a wolverine to a harness, now you have a ticket to adventure. You can take this wolverine into a TV studio, into a hospital, a university, a school, and do programs. Here.
Oh, look.
And a leash-trained wolverine is a sight to behold.
See how he's jumping.
And this wolverine, you'll notice how he lopes. They've got this loping gait. They can continue that for a long time.
Here. Now, when we play with wolverines and work with wolverines, they oftentimes will hump down and hunch down and show their teeth and make different growling sounds and attack us. That's all part of their bluff. It's natural to them. Okay.
Yeah, and this animal lives by bluffing. He's got to be able to fool a wolf pack into believing that this little guy can take the entire pack, and they often are able to do it. They scare off a wolf pack off of a kill, and they get
thing.
Yes, this little thing. You know why? They've got
it gets bigger than this.
Yeah, they get bigger, but not much. You saw a female over there, and she's full grown.
I'm gonna walk one more time.
But they've got this incredible bravado. This huge roar. It's almost Jurassic. And then, of course, if they do bite somebody, they take whatever ends up in their mouth. It comes right off. I mean, they have a very powerful bite.
Okay, one of the
They have to look like the paws are so many. How many?
Very big.
They're growling.
Yeah, and that's just talk. That Wolverines, that isn't even. This is just how they discuss things. If it was angry, everybody would have jumped back.
Yeah. Now we got more of a program down below, and if you'll, Mario has a story to tell about what's hanging around his neck, and as we go, he'll explain that.
Yeah. And actually, I think it would be kind of sacrilegious for someone in my profession to wear one, except it was given to me by an Inupiat elder, an Eskimo elder. I was hired by German public television, polar bears. Now, there was an elder who was in charge of every aspect of the hunt. In fact, no decision was made without his okay. And each and every day we saw many polar bears, probably on average about 7 bears a day. And I would film the bears that we saw. And some of the bears, the elder would say, this is a big male, and he's not going to cause any trouble. And he would tell the guard, stand down, let this bear pass. And these bears would come and they would walk right through our camp, our umwap. And they would do exactly as the elder predicted. And other bears, the elder would see, and he would say, are you all right there?
Yeah.
Okay. He would see and he would say, I don't like this bear. And they would shoot shots over its head. He would tell the guard, run this one off. And they would level their rifles and shoot bullets over the bear's head and it would run away. Well, this bear actually caught the elder's eye early on. And he warned me right away. He said, Mario, I don't like the posturing of this bear. He says there's something very wrong with it. And so they shot shots over its head to run it off, and this bear did not stop coming towards us.
Oh boy.
And in fact, when it saw us, it became very cat-like and started creeping up towards us. Well, he warned me at that time. He said, Mario, we're going to have to dispatch this bear. So one man came forward with this old rusty gun, which he proclaimed was his great-grandfather Tokpuk's gun. Very famous Eskimo. And they propped that man up to meet the bear. And they let that bear walk right into our camp, about 15 yards from us. And the man raised his rifle, and he shot, And the minute that gun went off, now I'm rolling film on this entire thing. The minute that gun went off, I knew we had trouble. Because a rifle has a certain sound to it, you know, it has a certain ring. This gun didn't sound correct to me.
Uh-oh.
They said that the bullet came out wobbling. It hit the bear high in the shoulder, wounding the polar bear. But with the impact of the bullet, lucky for us, the bear lost its footing on the ice, rolled off the edge of the ice and landed in the ocean and began swimming out to sea, trailing blood. Well, I was sick at heart. I didn't want to see this bear shot. And then what am I going to do with this footage? You know, this footage is useless. Well, at that point, the elder told me, Mario, it's time for you to put down your camera. He said, are you willing to get in the umiak and paddle out to this bear and help the boys bring it back? And I thought for a moment, yes, I would, because I didn't want to see this bear die a lingering death in the ocean. So I got in. That wasn't the problem. The problem was it was 20 below zero. There was a gale on the Arctic Ocean, and it took every bit of faith I had to get into that boat. Well, we paddled out to that bear. We got to it very quickly because the wind was at our back. The man kept trying to shoot the bear as the waves were tossing us. He missed 6 times. And the wind pushed us right into the bear. The bear turned around and attacked the umiak. I and 2 other men were able to fend it off with our oars just long enough for the man to come to our side of the boat with the gun and shoot the bear at point blank range and kill it. One of the most terrifying events of my life. And I really thought my life was over, because had that bear put one paw on that umiak, we would have all drowned right there in the ocean. And also because he did not knock in his pants when the bear attacked. So I wear it because polar bears are now blubber. It should have had 4 inches of blubber on it. Now this bear, though, the grizzly, they're doing quite well. We may lose the polar bear, but the grizzly still has a chance here in Alaska. Their numbers seem to be good, although we don't know how many there are.
Where is he?
And this is a little female Kodiak cub. You can tell by that white ring. North American grizzlies all have a white ring around their neck.
Can you see the bear?
And she was probably born about January.
I hear of a saw.
Jim's over there from the new septic.
Yeah,
it's going up.
So I'm very curious to see how the bear reacts to that. And so far, it looks like it doesn't matter.
That's not.
But Kitty, now every once in a while we'll get someone that'll say, "Oh yes, but couldn't you leave it back into the wild? Could it be re-released?" If we did that, it would die.
No, it's not.
Mommy bear takes care of her cubs for 3.5 years to train them how to survive. And of course now we're the surrogate parents. And so
there's no poison ivy, Richard.
Yeah, she'll be a part of our educational program here. And there is no provision for releasing large carnivores back into the wild once they've fallen into.
In a way, they're still very, very beautiful, but in summer plumage they look different pelage. Yeah. But in the wintertime, they're twice the size. They look different. They put on a lot of weight, beautiful fur. Lynx can
normally have a short tail like that?
We took a scissors and cut it off.
No, lynx all over the world. There are many species of lynx, and that's what identifies a lynx, is that short tail, and then also those ear tufts. You notice those little ear tufts, that little bit of hair. Now, this cat, though, very different from most cats, it is very still, well adapted to cold weather. Very few cats in the world like cold weather and
very still. Stop, please.
This cat has great big paws. Those are its built-in snowshoes. And also the Russian lynx have almost been trapped out of existence because of that.
4 years.
Now, this cat has a very interesting relationship with its prey animal. This animal is known as an obligate hunter, and that means it's obligated to hunt one animal exclusively, and that is the snowshoe hare. And this cat's back leg is a thing and leap further and further and further to catch that hare that it hunts. Because the hare is the greatest leaper in nature. It actually can leap further in proportion to its body than any other animal. So this lynx is in competition trying to catch them. This next animal, Arctic, is one that mocks me while we're in the Arctic. And it actually, runs around out there without a care in the world. I'm dressed up like the Michelin tire man. I can barely bend my arms at the elbow. I've got to have heated goggles or my eyes will freeze. And this little fox, the Arctic fox, is out there running around without a care in the world.
Very shy animal. I can only hold him here for a couple of moments, but a marvelous actor. But you know, this time of the year he's shedding his winter coat, so he looks pretty strange. But
Yeah.
a marvelous film ambassador.
Now you notice those long claws? You see how long the claws are on the
He has
front?
to go back down.
Crossroads, but a little more eloquent.
Well, I think people are diminishing their value as individuals, and I think that's very dangerous.
Okay.
I think that we have to value ourselves and our ability to make a change, to stand up for what we believe in. And all of these animals are only going to live into the future by our allowance. Only by humans saying we want to make concessions so that wildlife can live on into the future. Because we're edging everything else out.
We made a mistake.
Oh no.
There's
What?
an animal in here yet
Oh, I
that we
can't
forgot to bring out for the program. Would you catch it for us?
That's not my mistake. That's your deal.
Yes.
You're pretty brave.
There's another animal hiding.
On the count of three, very quickly, I'm going to pull this up and just grab it. There's one animal again that likes to be grabbed.
Okay, what's going on? Taking a break? They having a party over there? There they are. The water is moving. I see the bubbles. I see the tail. One, two, three, four. There's a whole bunch over there. 5. Yay! There's about 12 whales nearby. We just can't see them. They're out there. So keep on watching. Seven! Woo! Seven! Right there. Well, the bubbles are over there. Here they are. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Let's show that beautiful tail. Show us the tail. Show us that tail. Oh, this is rocky. Woo! Gotta hold on. Come on. All right. Enough with the fountain. then disappeared. Oh well. There's a island on the other side. No, Rocky Island. What's that? Sophie, you see that? Yeah. Ariel, you see? See their tail, Ariel? Whoa! Yeah! Yeah, here's another one.
About 6 or 8 over there.
Wow!
You can tell where the birds are, right?
Ariel, do you see that? Ariel, where's Rachel?
Rachel's here.
Rachel's here? This is Ariel snacking. Ariel, say hello. No, I said say hello.
What?
Say hello.
Hello.
What are you eating? What are you eating? Snack?
That's okay.
Are you a whale?
No.
Are you a baby whale?
Yes.
How old are you? 5 3/4. See, these are all the boats that are also doing the whale watching. There's one right here close to us. see the birds, that means the whales are coming up with the fish.
They already did.
Yeah.
The whales came up. The whales are coming right at us.
Oh, wow. Wow. Come on, baby. Wow, this is close up. Wow. Whoa. Wow. Wow. Look at that. Oh my God. Wow. Showing off. This was something. Man, hi, how are you? Okay. This is Captain Sean. So we're going up with the Hi, Rachie. What's the matter? they are.
Oh my God.
Cool. What are they sleeping? They're sleeping. Oh. Sea lions. And there's a glacier in the back. No? So come over here. Let me come out and then you'll go. Oh. They're sleeping in the glacier in the back. Do you see them? Do you see them? The brown ones? Poor babies.
What happened?
Let's see, let's try to focus on them. Here they are.
5 or 6 up there, yeah.
Glacier in the back. Beautiful.
How close this?
Reggie, what do you see?
The mess over there. That was done before you guys ever got on.
I'm looking for some seals like I did.
You're looking for seals? The seals are sea lions. These are different. Sea lions.
Mom, is it seals or sea lions?
Sea lions. They're sleeping, see? What color are they, Richie? Richie, what color are they?
That was a big one.
Big one? Oh, look, we're gonna go around them. Look at them, look at them, look. Look at them, say goodbye to the sea lions. Bye.
Oh, look at the white stuff.
The white stuff, I don't know. Oh, this is Ariella. She came to visit.
There's a nice view of the Herbert Glacier. Down the coastal.
This is Captain Larry.
Where is Sophia?
This is Captain Sean, and this is Rachel. You looking for Sophia? We just threw her overboard. She's swimming.
Where?
Behind the boat.